Hey, fellow Jags fans, today I just want to talk about the 9 players that we signed during free agency day 1 yesterday, and I'm going to go over the grades that I gave each one of them as well. Starting off with cornerback Jordan Lewis. He is 29 years old. He stands at 5'10", 195 pounds. Last season, he accumulated 71 tackles for 8 pass deflections, 1 interception, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. And he had a 79 coverage grade, which was best for the 14th in the entire NFL, ranked among cornerbacks, and it would be coming into his 9th season. I gave Jordan Lewis an A- just because from what I've read and from what I've seen of him, he is one of the best nickels in all of the NFL, and a lot of Cowboys fans and Cowboys players themselves look like they were actually sad to see him go, which is a good sign to show that he is a good player and he had meaning to that organization. So I'm really glad we brought him here, which also means I guess Jerry and Jones will be for the time being, unless we draft a quarterback pretty early. It looks like he'll be the other outside cornerback opposite of Tyson Campbell, which I'm not exactly mad at. I mean, Jerry Jones flashed a lot of potential last year, so I mean maybe he could be potentially another elite cornerback alongside Tyson Campbell. So once again, I gave Jordan Lewis an A-. So next we have safety Eric Murray. He will be coming into his 10th season. He is 31 years old. He stands at 5'11", 199 pounds. And last year he accumulated 75 tackles for 10 pass deflections, 1 sack, and 1 interception. And also PFF gave him a 62.9 coverage grade, which was 67th among all safeties. And I'm giving this one a C+. Like I'm sure he could come and be decent for us, and he had a decent playoff run this past season with the Texans. I feel like there was better younger safeties out there, but maybe he'll prove me wrong and he'll have a couple decent seasons with us. But I gave this one a C+ just because I feel like there was younger, better options. I mean, yeah, we would have spent a little more money, but I would have been fine with it. Personally, I would have loved a Javon Holland, but I mean, it is what it is. Maybe he'll have some good years with us. Next, we have guard Patrick McCarry. He'll be coming into his 7th season. He is 27 years old. He stands at 6'4", 305 pounds. He had a 70.3 pass block grade, which is 34th among all guards. He had a 58.1 run block grade, which was 86th among all guards. I gave him a B-. His PFF grades don't pop, but I feel like on tape he's a complete different player. I feel like I don't know how big of an upgrade he is from Brandon Scherff, but I feel like he is somewhat of an upgrade. He is definitely, I believe 6 years younger. So I think this was kind of an underrated signing too, kind of like the Jordan Lewis signing, because I didn't really have him on my radar. I was more of looking for like a Will Fries or a Tevin Jenkins, but I mean, honestly I didn't even think about McCarry, but now that I'm actually looking at it more, I kind of feel good about it for real. So yeah, I gave him a B-. Next we got center Robert Hainsey. He will be coming into his 5th year. He's 26 years old, stands at 6'4", 306 pounds. And he only I believe played 94 or 95 snaps, but in those snaps he had an 81 pass block grade, which was 4th among all centers. And he had a 73.9 run block grade, which was 10th among all centers. And I gave him a B. And I know he didn't play much last year, but he did start 2 years with the Buccaneers, and obviously, he was in Liam Cohen's offense last year, so at least he knows it. I think he'll be pretty good for us, especially he's only 26 coming into his 5th season, so I feel like his best years are ahead of him, and hopefully he can, be the stalwart in the middle of that defense for us. So yeah, I gave him a B. Next, we got tackle Chuma Edoga. He'll be coming into his 7th season. He's 27, stands at 6'3", 308 pounds. He had a 50.5 pass block grade, which was 108th among all tackles, and a 56.6 run block grade, which was 96th. I know he's just going to be like a swing tackle and like a backup, but I gave him a D. Like, he played over 200 snaps and didn't have that good of a grade, but I mean, he'll just be depth. Hopefully if an injury does occur, hopefully he'll just come in and fill in nicely. Like, that's all I'm assuming. But I gave him a D. But like I said, he'll just be depth. So I mean, as long as no injuries happen, we'll be all right. Next, we got wide receiver De'Ami Brown. He'll be coming into his 5th year. He's 25 years old, stands right at 6 foot tall, 195 pounds. Last year, he had 30 catches for 308 yards and 1 touchdown. But what really flashed for him was his playoff run with the Commanders. In all 3 playoff games, he was one of the biggest targets they had outside of Terry McLaurin, and he really lit it up. So I'm fine with the Jaguars giving him a 1-year flyer just to see what he can do, because with a little bit of a bigger role, I mean, he may turn into a breakout star, and maybe he can be another good receiver alongside Brian Thomas Jr. for the years to come. But I'm not too mad at it. Like I said, just a 1-year deal, just to see what he does. And like I said, maybe I feel like this is a low risk, high reward signing, so maybe he'll turn out to be really good and we can keep him around for the long term. And I gave this one a B+, just because I feel like there's a lot of high upside with him, because throughout his first few years with Washington, he wasn't utilized a lot because of all the weapons they have. But I feel like he'll have just not a way bigger role, but a little bit of a bigger role in this Jags offense. So yeah, I gave him a B+. Next, we got quarterback Nick Mullins, who's 29 years old, about to be 30 actually here in 10 days on March 21st. He stands right at 6 foot tall, 210 pounds, coming into his 8th year. I gave this one a B, just because, I mean, I feel like there was a couple of better options, but I do like this one because he spent the last, I think, all 3 years with Grant Udinski while he was with the Vikings, so it's good to bring familiarity in, and yeah, he'll probably, I'm sure he'll help Trevor speed up the process with the way Grant Udinski coaches too. So I'm not mad at this. I give it a B. So I mean, as long as Trevor don't get hurt, we're good anyways. But I think he's pretty solid. He's been around for a minute, so I think he'll be all right. And then next you got tight end Hunter Long. He'll be coming into his what year? He'll be coming into his 8th year. He's 26 years old. Stands at 6'5", 243 pounds. Last year he had 7 catches for 60 yards, but I gave this one a C. But I mean, I don't know too much about him, but I know he's mainly a blocking tight end, and he'll just be, depth for Brent Strange, and he'll come in on, those heavy run sets whenever we're trying to, whether it's converting a 3rd or 4th and short or at the goal line. So, I mean, it's fine with me. So I gave him a C. And then last but not least, we got tight end Johnny Moon. He'll be coming into his 8th season. He's 30 years old. He stands at 6'4", 233 pounds. Last year, he had 19 receptions for 142 receiving yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. And I gave this one a B- because not only is he a blocking tight end, and not only does he have good size, but it looks like he actually is utilized a little bit in the passing game, because I was looking at his stats, and each of the last 3 years he had close to 20 catches, over 150 yards, and a couple touchdowns. So not only can he block, he can actually, catch a little bit here and there whenever he needs to, which I feel like he'll kind of play that Luke Farrer role where he'll block it, but at the same time, here and there he'll have 2 to 3 catches a game potentially. So like I said, I gave him a B-. And all in all, I'll probably give this our day 1 free agency class, I'll probably give it like a B- altogether. Like I said, not a lot of flashy, high-end names, but like Gladstone and them said, they're trying to build, the bottom of the roster up, with good depth pieces. So I really like all the depth that we signed, and we actually signed a couple of starters. Like I said, Jordan Lewis and Patrick McCarry were actually very underrated signings, and the more I look at them, the more I like them. So, all in all, I give our day 1 free agency class a B-. So, I'm still hoping that we can sign Cooper Kupp, because I know the Rams are going to release him if he doesn't get traded. So, if we make any more moves, because we've signed 9 players, like I said, so I mean, I don't really think we're going to be that much more involved in free agency. But if we do make any more moves, I would like us to sign, Cooper Kupp to more of a team-friendly deal, because we kind of do need that wide receiver too. And like I said, Cohen spent 4 years with them. Gladstone was with them his whole 8-year tenure with the Rams. So to me, it just makes too much sense not to. But at the same time, we could potentially, whether we draft Tedero McMillan or draft another wide receiver in the third or fourth round, whatever the case may be. But to me, if we make any more moves, it'll be for Cooper Kupp. But we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, like I said, overall, I give this day one class a B-. So yeah, thank you all for watching this video. Please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more Jags content. Go Jags.